Um, if for any reason this is the first time you've ever seen me do this and you care, I say two things always. I really am just doing this for me. I don't have many. I only have two hives right now. I'm hoping to make it three, maybe today or this weekend. But I mostly do this for myself because it's nice to know. The thing about bees is knowing the state the bees are in from week to week or time to time. And honestly, doing that in Notebook has been challenging sometimes because I'm working by myself, so I can't take notes easily here, or I don't often have a lot of time. And so I've just found that I enjoy streaming it because I just love bees, and sometimes people care. So that's it. So the goal today, I decided to take a late lunch. I have a meeting in about an hour, a little bit more than an hour, so I don't can't go longer than that. The goal here is this has been my strong hive. Quick recap again, if you've never watched anything else, it doesn't matter. Again, you probably don't care, but I'm just saying for myself. Strong hive, been going for a couple of years. A different queen has been emerged over the last couple of years. More about that later, maybe. I had split this hive last year about this time, and I created this hive over here. And they both were strong until about February, and that hive almost died. I found the queen was still alive, which was pretty amazing. I was down to hundreds of bees at most. And so I took bees from this strong hive over to that hive in two different iterations, really just trying to provide warmth. One of the roles of all these worker bees is to care for the queen. And so as long as there's a queen to care for, she needs them. If there are no worker bees, she will die on her own. She can't feed herself. And so I really just kept switching over. I'm just getting the smoker going here. I just kept putting over more and more bees just to keep her warm and keep her fed. And she made it. And so she is growing. Uh, she's producing more brood. I think the hive is generally coming back around. But this one is still so strong. This queen is so good that it's going to split if it hasn't already. It's been a little bit more than 2 weeks since I looked at these hives, and that means that the queen, uh, if they had developed a queen the day after I looked at this hive, that queen will have been raised and emerged about 3 days ago. And so if I'm too late, then the hive is already split and I've lost part of the hive. If not, if I get in here and the hive is pretty full, now it's 1:30 my time, and so that's high noon, high part of the day, I mean, for the bees. And so a good portion of the hive is out foraging. So not the best time to split it. I would normally wait till later in the day when more of the bees are back. But if they're going to split and they haven't yet, I'll probably see a queen cell in here, and that's a good indicator that I need to make this happen. I probably don't have time to do it today, but I have set up a board and prepared to do it if I need to, and then I would have to get some food and stuff on here for the new split. So if I decide to do a split, what I'll do is take half of the bees, quote unquote, not really half, but I'll take one of these supers worth of bees. Wow, that's the best smoke I've gotten going in a long time. One of these worth of bees over there with the queen. The rest of the bees will form a new queen if they haven't already in here, and then I'll have three hives, all with new queens, all with queens. So that's the goal. I just want to make sure if I can, not lose half of this hive. It's a great hive. They've produced really good queens over the last couple of years, and generally I've gotten a good crop of honey off of them too. So from the last time, this super up here has brood in it. So originally it was just 1, 2, 3 boxes with this little pink or yellow thing here is a queen excluder. So the slots are too thin for the queen to get through it. It wasn't in here originally. The queen laid eggs in the top super where I normally want honey. So that's always really frustrating in the spring when that happens. So I put it in here with an excluder. So if the bees are born or as they emerge, they will go down into the hive, but she can't come back up. And then this can become a honey super. I put a bunch of honey. This was one I had that had a bunch of honey from last season I was storing. Put that on here. And then this one was on the bottom. It was mostly empty. I'm hoping to see a lot of brood in here. So the goal is brood. Queen's having a good time. She's filled this one with brood. This one is maybe mostly honey, maybe some brood, and most of the brood has hatched out of here. And if that's all good, I can split this hive either today or maybe this weekend, depending on timing. Over here, I'm just going to quickly look and see. I hope the queen has, for the most part, filled that hive up. I brought a bunch of boxes, chambers down so I can add on to it. I want to give her more space so she can grow quickly. So that's the goal. I also found this hat I got last year at a conference. It's actually crypto hat. I didn't really care. I just loved that it was a white hat with a really cool bee on the front. So, but I didn't bring, I thought I was going to wear that because I have a different hood that it's helpful to wear a hat with. This is not that hood. So let's get into it and see what the deal is and hope that things are doing great. It is a gorgeous day. We have had so much rain. It's just been a challenging spring to get out here, especially this hive has been so strong. Fortunately, I have a couple apple trees and peach trees over there. They emerged, they blossomed really well. The bees are having a good time. And we haven't yet gotten a frost that would theoretically have killed the blossoms. So hopefully we'll actually get a little crop of apples and peaches too. So that's the deal. I do have gloves, as I say often. I prefer, if I can, when the hive is of a good temperament, and these hives have been really good temperament, I prefer not to wear gloves if I don't have to, because it's just hard to handle everything. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break that seal. Now, the way this is, lots of bees up here. So we put the smoke in there just to kind of give them something else to think about for a little bit. Man, there's no easy place. The way the wind is blowing, there's no easy place for me to put this right now. So what's happened is they have kind of, there's a lid inside of here. And oh man, there's so many bees. It's great. They've kind of, this lid is stuck in here with their propolis. So I got to kind of pry it out there. Propolis is like the sticky stuff that they seal all the cracks with. I'm going to set this lid over here, and this is where I'll kind of stack these boxes. I take them off. So I open it up. They are doing this. So again, remember, this was, I'll show you. I'm trying to do better about that for myself and for anyone who cares. So very strong. This was, so all of these frames in here had brood, and I can see that a lot of it is hatched. That means they can start to fill it with honey. See how happy the bees are down here? They're just coming in and out. They're having a good time. All right, so that's what we're going to do. First,